Ready to go? Get your backpack so we can let Ms. Riley head home." As he set Katie on her feet, a woman stepped into the room wearing gray coveralls and pulled up short, a broom in her hand. Wide, familiar blue eyes rounded to saucers as she glanced from Ms. Riley to him and back again. Speak of the devil. Maddie? Damn, how crazy he'd just been thinking about her on the way in, and here she was in the flesh. And in a janitor's uniform? You work here? Since when and why? She was a trust fund brat. Hell, at one point, before the scandal, her family had owned half this town. She'd rarely let anyone forget it either. She ducked her head, causing the knot of blonde hair on her head to shift, and avoided eye contact. "Hey, Parker, long time no see." Understatement. Last he'd heard, she'd been living upstate after college. Then again, that had been 3 years ago, when her father and fiancé had been sentenced. When the hell had she returned? And how had it slipped past his notice? Before he could drill her with questions, she whipped her attention to the desk. "I'm so sorry to intrude, Ms. Riley. I thought everyone was done for the day. I'll come back." The teacher opened her mouth, but quickly snapped it shut when Maddie disappeared from the room as fast as she'd arrived. "I've tried being friendly with her, but she just ignores me." Ms. Riley sighed and dropped her chin in her hand. "I know she's not supposed to socialize with the staff, but running away is kind of extreme." All right. Somehow he'd landed in an alternate dimension? The Maddie Freemont he knew and frankly feared didn't run from anyone or anything. She didn't lower her head to avoid engagement, didn't take jobs she'd consider beneath her, and she'd never ever be seen in public without her hair and makeup done with flawless precision. "I didn't realize she was back in town. I barely recognized her." How the mighty have fallen. Ms. Riley straightened papers. "I never believed she had anything to do with her father's scam, but I'm in the minority. The only way the school board would hire her was under a permanent trial basis. One misstep and she's gone. That's about all I know, other than she's been a custodian for nearly 3 years. 3? He choked. 3 years? And he'd had no clue? Now, granted, he didn't know every single tidbit of info in town, but certainly he'd recall gossip about a Fremont within the borders. As a janitor?